IP complaints, the easiest way to get suspended on Amazon. In today's video, what we are going to do is I'm going to answer this comment. Okay, is there any way to see if a company filed an IP complaint in the past? This is what we are going to look at today. I'm going to show you how to figure out if a company has filed IP complaints in the past, because you need to stay away from brands that IP complaints, because you can get your account suspended. By the way, Antoinette, I saw your comment right there. Okay, can you do a video on this topic matter, please? It was regarding the Amazon Influencer program, because you know that every single day there's those quiz that goes in the community tab on my channel. Antoinette, I got you. I'll make a video on that. I'll make a video on that pretty soon. Probably I'll shoot it today as well, and it will be released later during the week as when you see this video. But yeah, we'll make it. So if you do not know me, my name is Mangunza. I release daily videos about selling on Amazon right here on YouTube. So if you're new, like this video, subscribe so you get recommended more videos and you learn how to grow your Amazon business. All right. So IP complaint. So the easiest way to figure out if a company has issued an IP complaint is getting a tool like IP Alert. There's a link in the description. You can get the tool. I think you get the discount if you use my link or if you use my code, whatever. There's the link. You can use the link if you want to support the channel. It's a great way to support the channel. So IP Alert, the way it works is it's a tool that is used by the community. And so when a brand issues an IP complaint, you can report it and you can show the proof to the team at IP Alert, and they will change the database and update the brand saying that this brand does IP. No, I used JanSport. Okay, JanSport, right here we call it JanSport. I don't know, you guys call it. You probably call it JanSport. I don't know. So I chose this brand because JanSport actually does not IP, okay? And so there are some false positive with IP Alert, and this is something that you need to be aware of. So I sold a ton of JanSport, not really anymore. The graph is all over the place. I don't know what's going on. It's probably a bug. But I'm telling you, like, I sold a ton of JanSport and never received an IP Alert, never received a cease and desist letter, never received anything, okay? I'm not really selling them anymore, but like, just so you know, okay, just so you know, they don't. So this is what you need to be aware of. Okay, so IP Alert, it will show up right there, and so whenever you open a product page, it's going to pop up like this. Just know that you need to do your due diligence and actually check, because it's not because a brand is popping up on IP Alert that they actually do IP, and it's not because a brand does not show up on IP Alert that they are not going to IP. All right, it doesn't mean anything. It's not because a brand is not showing up, is not popping up, because it hasn't been reported yet. And like, the best example of that is MyProtein. So MyProtein is a brand that I used to sell a ton when I just started selling on Amazon. Not when I just started selling on Amazon, but when I started online arbitrage. I sold a lot of MyProtein, and I sold them for a few months, and it was looking clear. Whether it was on IP Alert or with the other methods that I'm going to show you, everything was looking good. It was not looking like they actually used to do IP complaint, right? Because they never done any in the past. But I got my first and only IP complaint I ever got on my Amazon account with MyProtein. So the easiest way to, and I'm going to show, but the easiest way, so I'm trying to stay pretty safe. I sell pretty much the same brands over and over again, and whenever I discover a new brand, I'm actually putting in a lot of work. Not as much anymore. I'm going to be honest, I'm doing things a little bit more risky, like I'm taking more risk right now. But like, I used to, when I wanted to sell a new brand, I used to look really deep, do a thorough analysis of the brand to see if there was a risk that they actually sent an IP complaint, okay? Because it's not just about knowing if a brand has filed IP complaint in the past. It's trying to figure out if it is likely that a brand will, even if they haven't done any IP complaint in the past, it's about trying to figure out if it is likely that they are going to file IP complaint in the near future, okay? Because once again, it's not because a brand never filed any IP complaints that they are not going to do so in the future, okay? This is the big thing that you need to understand, all right? So the first thing that you can use Okay, and usually what people say is whenever you put whenever you look at the Keeper graph, you look at this graph right there. If you see a sharp drop of sellers, so a big something kind of like this but with more sellers, because this does not have a lot of sellers. If you see something like this, like a sharp decline, like looking like a wall in the decline of seller, it is an IP complaint. And if you see that, you should stay away from the products. And if you don't, you should be clear. It's not always true, okay? Because some brands take their time, because whenever you see this, it's just because, the brands are kicking out sellers and they kicked out all the sellers at the same time. So right there, I'm going to be honest, this is probably what happened, okay? From 4 sellers to 1, the sales rank being super high. I guarantee that it was not just people selling out all at the same time because the sales rank was too high. It's not what happened. It's just that a AAA Midwest seller was the authorized reseller of my protein. I know because he was on the listing that I was selling. And what happened is that they actually reported everybody at the same time. But this is not always what happens. If you look at what happened in the last 3 months, like you see that the number of sellers is been getting down like this. And I guarantee, I'm telling you, it's not because they sold out. I guarantee it's not because they sold out. They are kicking out sellers of the listing, but they are just doing it one by one. They are taking their time. Okay, they are not doing them all at the same time. And this is why sometimes you need to be aware of that, because it will not look like a sharp decline on the graph. It will look more like, a progressive decline. But it's not because it's just a progressive decline that it actually is what happens. So an easy way to figure it out is to go to the offer tab. Okay, look at historical offer. And we are going to look at last seen. Perfect. So. And we are going to try to figure out if those people that were on the listings and that are not anymore had a lot of stock, or if they actually sold out. So this is AAA Midwest seller, I guess. And who's on the listing right now? Let's see. So there's Merchant Mars, Rejoice Seller, and Easy Trading, which some of them are going to be kicked out, I guarantee. Because those are our newbies, they're going to get kicked out. Maybe this guy got a wholesale account. I don't know. All right. So if we look at the historical offer, if we look at this guy, maybe he actually was able to sell out. Maybe they're giving people enough time to actually try to sell out. I don't know, but I guarantee that. Because that's one thing. A lot of the time as well, what brands are going to do is they are not going to send you IP automatically. They are going to contact you. They're going to send you a letter, cease and desist letter, and if you do not respond, they will send you an IP. Some of them will not do it, but when they send you a cease and desist letter, just talk with the brand and see if they will let you sell out your inventory, or if some of them will actually even buy back your inventory, at a discount, of course. But yeah, so that's that. But as I said, sometimes it's hard to figure it out. And one of the big mistakes that you can do is, and which is a mistake that a lot of people make, and actually somebody on my coaching group actually made that mistake not too long ago, is jumping on the listing. You should not only look at the listing, because there's going to be a lot of case scenarios where you're going to find a listing that is not too old, that has just like 200 days, 150 days, and you're going to look at the graph and you're not going to see anything weird. Okay, and this is a big mistake, because brands that file IP complaints do not file IP complaints every single day. Sometimes they do it once a year, twice a year, because it's a pain to manage, if we're all being honest. But there's brands that do it like once every other month and all that stuff. And sometimes if you have a listing that is too young, you will not see that. And so what I would highly recommend that you do is, whenever you find a brand and you have some doubts about a brand, do this. Go on the Keeper Product Finder. All right, go on the Keeper Product Finder. And then what you are going to do is you are going to go to the brand filter. All right, just go to the brand filter. Here we go. And so in this case, we're going to do My Protein, okay, because we know that this is a brand that IP, just stay away from that brand. All right, and what we are going to do is we are going to go to the refine your search, listed since, and we are going to look at products that have been listed for at least 2 years from that brand, so we can get an idea of if the brand actually IP complained, and we can look at multiple listings to see if we see a decline in sellers pretty much at the same time, or if we see that pattern on a lot of listings. This is what we are going to try to figure out. Okay, so what we are going to do is, so today is July 31st, 2024. So we are going to put the same date. Okay, July 31st, but we are going to put it in 2023, and so we want listing that have been listed before July 31st, 2022. All right, so we're going to go there, and so now we have a ton of listings where we can actually look at history. Okay, when you can actually look at the history of the listing, and so here we go. And so yeah, there's sharp declines, but this listing is selling kind of fast. So maybe we're going to look at listings that are selling a little bit slower. Maybe it will be actually easier to actually look. And so 62,000, why not? I'm going to do this one. Yeah, this one. Here we go. And so we are going to be able to see this more clearly. Yeah, we see pretty much the same thing right there. It's not selling fast enough. I guarantee that it's not selling fast enough, so everybody's selling out at the same time like this, because this is pretty much the same thing that is happening on the other listing that we saw, you know, which is what happened probably here. And which is definitely what happened right here. No, and it looks like the sales sped up, but yeah, I don't know. And then it's just that guy. So yeah, you know, we can see that it's a pattern that we see over and over again. It's a pattern that we saw here. Okay, like a lot of sellers dropping out and a lot of newbies, by the way, a lot of newbies dropping out of the listing. Here we go. And so I think that I saw a guy called MKM Flips. I'm going to check it out to see if he actually had stock when, here we go, this is this guy, when he actually, yeah, so it looks like, yeah, he was holding his stock for a little while, and then all his stock, maybe it was left time to actually sell out. He actually got time to sell out, I don't know. But yeah, you can see that, you know, and you see that pattern on every single listing, that was every single person that was there at that time. So yeah, this is how I would do it, and I would see if I see that exact, because like this is pretty much like if you look on the other listings that we were looking at, if you look at the other this is exactly at the same time. It happened around the same time in July. It's actually 5 IP complaints at the same time. So it's kind of weird because this one is not selling that fast. The price is increasing. The price is even increasing, and like it's just going down. You know, it's just going down. So that's how I would do it. I'm not going to go more in depth. You get the idea. We're not going to look at 20 listings right there, but this is the process. Okay, this is the process and how you can do it. So I need to sneeze. I'm going to end this video. You may have seen me post the video because I was going to sneeze real bad. I don't want to sneeze on camera again. So hopefully you guys liked this video. You learned one thing or two. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. All right, thank you for watching.